If I knew what I knew now in real estate, I'd been retired already.
Right.
A long time ago, probably by now.
When I talk to even experienced agents who have been doing it for decades,
Yeah.
and they're still not using it.
I know.
It's wild to
I know.
me. And they don't.
Yeah, when I started as well, like we had sticky notes all over the wall.
Right. I just started laughing and I said, we're in the 2020s, man, because there are people that will suit you really well.
Well, here we are, Will. At it again.
Yeah.
How you been, bud?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here.
Good.
Any time that I get with you is just time I absolutely cherish.
It's always a good time with Will.
It's not just because of the man crush I have on you. It's just I genuinely enjoy my time with you.
Oh, you're hilarious. And that's why we partnered up so well together here.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, Will, you've been in the business for now, what, 2-3 years?
About 3 years, yeah.
3 years now?
Yeah.
How's it been going?
It's been a ride.
Yeah.
It's been a heck of a ride. I mean, as most agents, if they're going to get into this industry, they have, certain expectations or they have no expectations. But as you've learned, and as we all learn, it's a trial by fire industry.
It is.
You can't just jump in knowing everything. You just have to learn by doing. So,
yeah.
So far, my learning has been, it's been interesting, for sure.
Yeah. Like when I first started, it was going back 14 years ago, and I had a mentor probably about 3 or 4 months into my beginning stages of real estate.
Right.
And I felt that was what everyone needed at that time, right? Because we had to push hard on our contracts. It was carbon copies. There was no DocuSign.
Right.
There was no real leadership. We had a Brian Buffini course we took then, and that was really it. And then you were off to the races and take care of yourself kind of thing. Doors were shut, and there was, managing brokers to answer questions and that kind of stuff or whatever. But if I knew what I knew now in real estate, I'd been retired already.
Right.
A long time ago, probably by now. And so, like, coming into the business now, you've been 3 years in. What are the main attributes that you've picked up, and what are you actually exercising in your business that's been helping you grow? I'm throwing that one at you.
You're throwing that one at me. That's a big one. Yeah, the things that I've taken on for my business. I mean, it's really important to have a network of peers that you know, you like, and you trust. Like you were saying with a mentor, whether you have one or whether you have a broad amount, I think it's best to have lots. My history is in the building trades. And when I started out, we were apprentices and we were paired with, journey persons, and that's how we learned. We learned from the people who had been doing it. But I was really lucky in my career in the trades. I had a lot of different journey persons. So I had a very strong variety of knowledge and backgrounds that I was able to pull from. And I think that's really important to real estate, because whether we all want to or not, I think a lot of realtors do find a niche. Maybe some are really great at mobile homes, and some are really great at strata properties. Some people move on to commercial. So to have all those people to draw from is really great. A game changer is a CRM.
Yeah. Everyone needs one of those.
Everyone needs one of those.
Yeah.
Your client management software, that's an incredible thing to be able to stay on top of your touch points. It's not, I think a lot of people get a misconception that it almost becomes a little bit robotic, right? But the reality is when you take on a client, they really deserve a lot of value, and they deserve a lot of care and attention. We're not perfect people.
No.
We have a lot going on. So having something that's a one-stop shop for appointments and tasks, leaving notes, I find that to be, hugely beneficial.
Yeah.
And it isn't to make it transactional. It's to remind myself to do better.
Yeah. And the thing is with that, if you don't have systems in place with your business, you're gonna go dry.
Yes.
Because people are gonna get lost in the transaction. People are gonna get forgotten about. Because once you start dealing with over hundreds of people after you've been in the business for so long, you got to keep in touch with all of them. You can't lose touch with these people. If it's a simple drip system off your follow-up boss or whatever you're using, then that is what it is. We always try and keep in touch with our clients at least 3 or 4 times a year, just to let them know we're still here and we're still keeping an eye and we still appreciate their business. We'd never let that sort of slip by the cracks there. So big implementation is to use a CRM.
Absolutely. When I talk to even experienced agents who have been doing it for decades,
Yeah.
you know, and they're still not using it,
I
it's
know.
wild to
I know.
me. And
I know.
they don't want to. And you're like, well, how do you keep track of it? And it's like, well, I have a notebook or an Excel sheet. But,
Yeah.
you know, I think the nice thing about this career is being able to structure your own schedule to a degree, and how much time do you want to spend on certain things. But I gotta say, I don't want time away from my family or my clients to be working through some very rudimentary Excel sheet, or flipping back and forth the pages of an old dirty notebook. Like I'd much rather have that to be more efficient, you know.
Yeah, when I started as well, like we had sticky notes all over the wall.
Right.
I had the whiteboards, and it was like every name and deal, pending, lawyer, whatever. We still have that here just for the visual, but that was all I ever had. There was no Excel, there was nothing then, right? So it was the sticky notes, and it was like the green ones were the buyers, the yellow ones were the sellers, and then we turned them into files, and we had the green files, and I'd go through the file every morning. Okay, that person needs to be called, that one needs to be called. I haven't called that person in a while. It was just so archaic. And I'm still hearing that some people operate that way. And I'm like, how do I do it?
In my first year, I had an agent, I needed documents, and that agent was a little bit older, and they said, yeah, I'll fax them to you. I just started laughing, and I said, we're in the 2020s, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't even have a fax machine. Like, I don't want to have to go to my office. Please email. You know, we've had that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm going to put you on the spot here. 3 key things that you feel like a new agent should get into when they first start in their business.
Wow. That ding, boom, ideas, right? 3 key things. Again, I think the CRM is very important just to keep track. It's very overwhelming when you start in the business.
Yeah.
Like I said, building that network, also very important. And like the mentorship.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, it would be to really go somewhere that aligns with your core values. You need to be somewhere where someone is going to help you be the agent that you want to be, not what they think you are. Because deep down, psychologically, when you start becoming something you're not, that's usually when you attract the wrong kind of people.
Yeah,
right.
Well, that's true.
I think it's really important to be authentically yourself.
Yeah,
there is a lot of people out there to transact in real estate, and I don't think that we need to be anything other than genuine, because there are people that will suit you really well. Right. You're not going to be a match for everybody, so don't try to. Try to do your best.
Find your niche, right? Yeah, and go at it and pound the pavement, door knock, open housing.
Open houses are huge.
Yeah, door knocking's a great thing now. We're implementing it in our team. Like whenever we do open houses, we door knock around the neighborhood and invite the public, or not the public, the neighborhood. And then we also have a public open house. We're starting to work that in as well. And then also just door knocking, just if we do a sale in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
we've got the team door knocking this weekend, just around, because we did 3 deals in a certain neighborhood.
Right.
So we're just letting the neighborhood know that we've been, working pretty hard in that area, so we don't want to be lost and behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I think with door knocking, I'm sure you can agree, like the purpose of it is to provide value to people. Yeah. Like I think for me, when I door knock, it's really important that I let those people know instantly that I'm not there to buy their house. Yeah. Like I'm just there to almost just to really introduce myself, maybe say something that's going to make them laugh, put a smile on their face, give them some value, and then move on. Yeah. Right? Yeah, great. Guys, I'm Sam Ennis with the Alpine Ocean Real Estate Group. I'm Will Sorensen with the Alpine Ocean Real Estate Group. We hope this came in a little handy for the new agents that are starting out there. And if any questions, feel free to reach out to our team for any questions on starting up in your real estate business. We're always happy to help you guys.